I'm Steve Scotland. I'm owner and co-founder of Radio Free Sheboygan, owner of W.I. Irving Railfan, which is a small company which manufactures, which we make 3D print, our own HO scale, 187 scale houses, particularly houses where major crimes were committed, such as like the Manson house or H.H. Holmes murder castle. I've done those. And this kind of helps me fund and pay for what I've got going here on Radio Free Sheboygan. Okay, so gives us a little money so that we can do some projects here that are not related to murder houses. Our projects through the sales. We're also getting some traction here with Radio Free Sheboygan. We started out, and we were very, very small. I'm going to be very, very honest with you right up front. We're very small. We've got all of about 23 subscribers right now, but but 4 of those were done in the last month. So yeah, we're getting we're getting up there quite a bit. Our overall views, we've increased that to just under 1,000 views. Over 1,000 views. We had 4,000 views since we started in a year ago, and already we started off with basically nothing, and in the last week we've gone from basically maybe 10 or 20 views a day. Now we're reaching close to sometimes several hundred in one day. So we've increased it about at least 800% on that, and we get some great retention. We've got some great content on there. I was doing some more like news type things, satire type item pieces considering Trump, the ballroom, the reflecting pool, and other things like that, and put them in circumstances, all using AI. It's AI. That's all it is. I don't think there's too much in there that, outside of writing the script and putting it all together and the prompts. Yeah, that's kind of where it is. It's kind of fun out there. I was doing those, and those were running probably about like 2 minutes apiece. And because they were in the video, not the short section of YouTube, we were doing very well. I was very, very proud of what we had done. We'd done it, and I worked at different levels. And now I'm starting to get more or less into AI as I see the potential of doing it. Don't get me wrong, I also see some damages in there. So potential damages I can see there where we get really too dependent upon them, and not the saying that robotics is going to take over the world. They're just going to take over our laziness if we're not on the ball with this. So anyway, so gone through some changes here in Radio Free Sheboygan. Pretty close to like 5% of the way to be even considered for monetization at the lowest level, which is fine. As I say, I'm 77 years old, so we're right now. I've been kind of focusing on like the shorts that you see, with W. Irving Railfan out there in the Alberta snow, connecting with people, seeing what people are up to, and just giving a wealth of information that he learned from being out in the wilderness out there. This is based upon a tale. W. Irving Railfan was born in Hopkinton, Massachusetts in 1849, and along the way wound up in Canada and traveled across to Alberta, where he pretty much stayed. And in 1889, he kind of left a record of what he was doing. So I'm trying to expand upon that. Also, I started playing around with a new thing, Steve Bannon's cooking school. I really just thought, I went out on a limb on that one. I said, okay, maybe I'm pushing the envelope here a little bit too far, but I'll let you decide. Like I say, I only got, I think I've got like maybe 30, 40 views on it since yesterday. So it's not like it's a real big thing, it's just something that I put out there. Also, I've got the mystery candidate. Originally, my partner and I were going to work on that together, but I think I'm going to go back and visit it, and I'm going to be working on that shortly. Right now, I got 3 episodes out there, and the last episode is kind of episode 3, or it's actually 3.1a that you'll see out there. It's kind of a total veering from what I'd been doing before, so you may find that interesting. I thought it was kind of, well, I liked it. Okay, that's why it's 3.1a. All right, but I'm going to get more back into it where I started off and put the focus on, let's see who this guy is. All right, so I'm working on that. Other than that, I know my other partner, Pim, he is finishing up an interesting tale. Pim, you may know him as Clogduinos. He's also a contributor here, a very big contributor here. He's been working on Ziggy the Prostitute. Okay. All right, just a little kind of a background. Ziggy is kind of an ice princess. She's made out of ice crystal. She's very, very cold. She's not a snowman, but she, I guess, apparently has something that, men are interested in. So, yeah. He's working on that. He's quite the animator. I've seen enough of his time. You'll see his work around. He's works out of his home. Also, we have his previous endeavor, which was Adam and Eve. He also does some speed drawing on here that I kind of help him with the music. And you start watching that stuff, and you start really getting it. It's abstract. It's abstract art that he's doing on the fly. And when you see the whole thing that goes right to the music, then it's just beautiful. It really is. You've got to take and watch it. So anyway, also we're kind of looking for any kind of talent out there. I mean, if you've got some kind of talent that you say, all right, I could do this, I'm not really, I don't have, an idea of what I should be doing. Should I be doing a cooking show? Should I be doing like makeup? Or should I just be talking about anything that I have? Okay. As long as YouTube's suitable. I don't want some, all right, I'm an OnlyFans type person, and that's what I do. Okay, keep it on OnlyFans. If you've got some kind of a craft that you do, some kind of a show that you want to put on, I mean, if you want to sing and you think that you've got it, let me know. We'll take and see what you've got, and then we can find a home for you. Which brings us up to the thing. I only saw that we told you that we had like 23 subscribers so far. But in the last 7 days, we have increased our viewership by over, not the subscribers that much, we've increased the subscribers by 20% over the last 7 days, which is nothing small. We also increased our viewership about, I think it's 500 or 600%. So we're getting there. So we're finally getting recognized. I think a lot of it has to do with the shorts that kind of boosted things up. That kind of, okay, what else has this guy got to offer? So we've got that going in there. But again, back to what I was saying, we're small, but we've got some kind of we're looking for somebody who wants to put on a good show and can put on a good show. I may not understand what particular talent you have, but I can appreciate the time and effort that you put into it to make it that kind of talent. So if you got it, by all means, let me know. Contact me. You can reach me. I'll put a link below where you can reach me. Okay. Sorry. I'm still getting used to this. And let me know. we do have, there are some paid programs that we do have that, you submit a project, and, we look over it and we say, well, what it's worth, and then we'll pay, okay, for it. Or if you just say, I want to contribute to something, but I really don't know what I'm capable of doing. I've got this idea. Let's say you have an idea, but you're not quite sure how to execute it. Well, we'll talk about that. Maybe we can help you get into a, kind of a program that you learn something, to make something that is uniquely you, and something that you're proud of. Okay. All right. I'm only got about 4 minutes here to talk, but I don't want to keep this too long. But yeah, we're growing that way. So we really we're really kind of happy to show you what we have here. We're working on it. I'm working down here, and this is the dungeon where the world headquarters of W. Irving Railfan is, and this is where I do all my best thinking. My friend comes by here and kind of sleeps by here if he wants. You'll meet him. He comes by for a dog treat. Anyway, thanks for coming by. We will talk to you really soon. Again, if you'd like to join us, think about it. Get in touch with me. I'll put a link below, and you can contact me, and we'll see what we can do. I'm in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, so if you're out of that kind of an area, then we have to do kind of like remotely. We'll have to set you up with some tools that you need. First of all, you need some kind of a Zoom, and based upon your talent, I'm sure that if you don't have it already, you're going to need something else. So we can talk about that. Most of it all, but you have to be enthusiastic about what you do. All right. Thank you very much for dropping by. We shall talk to you later. Okay. Bye-bye.